Hello, everybody, and welcome to our class. Uh, in today's lecture, we are going to talk about separable verbs, and in German, we call it trennbare verben. Now, from the name, you can recognize that separable verbs, we are going to do some separation here, like separable verbs where we do some separation. So if I talk about verbs in German, we have different categories of verb. First verb is regular verb, which is the basic verb. Second category, if I talk about, it is irregular verb. This comes after regular verb. Then third category, if I talk about, is modal verbs, right? And then fourth category, if I talk about, is separable verbs. So in German, so far we have categorized verbs in four categories, right? Regular verbs, irregular verbs, modal verbs, and separable verbs. So in this lecture, we are going to cover up separable verbs only, right? Separable verbs. Now from the name itself, it says itself that we are going to do some separation in the verb. Let us assume here is a verb and here we have some prefix. So one prefix is added in a verb, and we are going to do separation. We are going to separate this verb from the prefix, right? So this is the basic rule. Let's discuss in detail. So here I have mentioned few separable verbs for you. Like first verb is abfahren, which means to depart. So if I focus on this word, I can see there is a verb fahren. Fahren is an irregular verb, and ab is a prefix here. That is why here I have clearly showed you that ab is prefix and fahren is an irregular verb. And if I write this all together, it will be treated as separable verb. Similarly, next is uncommon. Uncommon. Now here, common is a regular verb. Common is a regular verb, and un is a prefix here, which means to arrive. So if I say common, if I take the verb common, what is the meaning of common? Common means to come. But if I add a prefix un here and I write uncommon, so its meaning gets changed, and its meaning is then to arrive, right? And here un is prefix and common is a regular verb. Then similarly, next is unrufen. Here un is prefix and rufen is a regular verb, and then which means to call, right? Similarly, aufhören. So here prefix is auf, and then hören is a regular verb. If I take the verb hören, if I take the verb hören, it means to hear or to listen, right? To hear, to listen. But if I add a prefix here, which is auf, then its meaning get changed, and the meaning is to stop. So meaning will not be same as we have with the verb. So that you need to keep in mind, right? Anfangen, what is the prefix here? An. So if you see some list of separable verbs, you will be able to easily identify what are the prefix here, right? Here I have shown you clearly, but in exam it won't be like this. You will be given a verb like this where you need to identify yourself what is prefix here. Let's come to the next slide. For example, here aufstehen. So without if I delete auf here, without auf the verb is stehen, which means to stand, which means to stand. But if I add a prefix here which is auf, then its meaning get changed. It means to wake up or to get up. Better meaning is to get up, to get up, right? And here prefix is auf. Similarly here aussehen. Now here sehen, sehen is an irregular verb. Now why I am saying that this is irregular verb, this is a regular verb? Like here einkaufen, einkaufen, here the prefix is ein and verb is kaufen. Now this kaufen is a regular verb. Why I am mentioning it is an irregular verb, it is a regular verb? Because uh, when we solve these sentences, then it will be easier for you to conjugate. Because you might be knowing that if I need to conjugate a regular verb, let me note down the rule here. See, if I need to conjugate a regular verb, then its ending should be e, st, t, en, t, en. This is the basic rule for conjugating a regular verb. But if I need to conjugate an irregular verb, then its rule is different. Its rule is different. Like here in do and airs, yes, there are some changes in the conjugation when we conjugate an irregular verb. So that you need to keep in mind. All right, because conjugation will remain same as we have done in regular and irregular verbs. So if you have not revised a regular and irregular verb topic, please revise that, and then you will be able to ace in this topic. Only then you will be able to excel in this topic. Similarly here next is einladen. Now I am sure you will be able to identify what is prefix here. Ein is prefix here and laden is the verb. And then fernsehen, fern is prefix here, and sehen is a is an irregular verb, right? Similarly here kennenlernen is to get to know someone. Then kennen is a prefix. Similarly here mitfahren. Now mit is a prefix and fahren is an irregular verb, right? So here I have mentioned few verbs for you so that you can just have a look. Like here mitkommen, spazieren gehen. This is very 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 important verb. In almost all the exams you will find this verb spazieren gehen. So gehen is a verb here, and spazieren is whole will be treated as as a prefix. So what do we do with the prefix? That we separate the verb from the prefix, and then this prefix will go at the end of the sentence, that we are discussing just in a moment. um, Similarly here I have mentioned again few verbs for you, like suruk common. So common is a verb, a regular verb, a regular verb, and then suruk is a prefix here. All right. uh, Now I hope you have a clear idea like what is prefix and what is a verb, right? Can you please tell me what is prefix here in four lesson? Lesen is verb, and then for is a prefix. If I combine all together, it will come under the category of separable verb. So in separable verb, like I have told you earlier, that verbs, we have regular verbs, we have irregular verbs, we have modal verbs, and then we have separable verbs. So in separable verb, it is a mixture of regular and irregular plus some prefix. So prefix plus regular or prefix plus irregular. All right. Then it will fall under the category of separable verbs. Now here I have taken the first verb aufstehen. Aufstehen is to get up, right? Here what is prefix here? Prefix is auf, right? And the rule for separable verb, there are just two rules which you need to keep in mind. Rule number one, that the prefix will go that the okay. So rule number one is prefix will go at the end of the sentence, at the end of the sentence. This is rule number one. And rule number two, you need, because if you send the prefix, like this is a verb here, and this is a separable verb here, and this verb has two parts. One is prefix, and second is the remaining verb. So this prefix you will send at the end of the sentence. This is rule number one. And this remaining verb you need to conjugate. So remaining verb we need to conjugate. Now, while conjugating, keep in mind whether this is a regular verb or it is an irregular verb. So this was the theory. Now let's do some exercise for it. Aufstehen is a verb which means to get up. Now, what is rule number one here? Rule number one says the prefix will go at the end of the sentence. So what is prefix here? Prefix is auf. So I will write auf at the end of this sentence, right? And the remaining verb is stehen, that I need to, this is rule number one is over. Now rule number two says the verb, the remaining verb which is stehen, that I need to conjugate. So ish, what shall I write here? Stay her. Ish stay her. So if I need to translate, like if in English it says, uh, if it's English we say, we get up, we get up at 9 o'clock. Now I need to translate this sentence. So what is the German of wir? What is the German of get up? Now get up meaning aufstehen, which is a separable verb. And rule of separable verb is the prefix will go at the end of the sentence. Then where, now I will write auf at the end of the sentence here, and remaining stehen I will conjugate according to where. So it will come stehen only. So this is what I have written: we get up at 9 o'clock. So 9 Uhr. So 9 Uhr falls under the topic of time. So this will whole give you the meaning of we get up at 9 o'clock. But if you use some translation tool, uh, so this tool might not follow the grammar rule, and this might show you the wrong translation. And this they might some tools might show you auf will come here. So that is why when you use some applications, then you do not get the correct translation, because they do not follow the translation rule. They do not follow the grammar rule, right? Similarly here the next sentence says, der alte Mann, alte is old, the old man at 5 o'clock. Now I need to fill this verb aufstehen. So where auf I shall write at the end, and then stehen I need to conjugate according to the old man. Now who is old man? The old man is equal to be er. Er is he. Because I have to conjugate either with ish, or with do, or with er, z, s, or with where, or with ear, or with zz. This we have been learning from our basic classes. So here the old man is uh, I nahi hai, do is no, then air he is an old man. So I will write steht will be the answer. So if I talk about first sentence, here the ending was e because of I. Here the ending is t because of the old man, right? Coming to the third sentence, it says one is when you. It means when do you get up? I need to write when do you get up. So this auf I shall write at the end of the sentence, and then with do I shall write stehst, taste. Once taste do auf. And why st? Because of do. I have conjugated. So I am doing nothing. I am just following these two rules, which I have taught you in the beginning. Let's proceed further. Let's take the next verb, anfangen. Anfangen, which means to start or to begin, right? Here the prefix is, what is prefix here? An. Now, fangen is an irregular verb. Earlier, the verb which we have taken, stehen, was regular. Now here, fangen is an irregular verb. So its conjugation, when we conjugate the verb fangen, I write ish fange, then do, I should write fangst with umlauts. Uh, Whereas in irregular verb we do not do any changes, but in irregular verb we do some changes. So if you are not aware of irregular verbs, please revise the notes uh, and do some exercise of irregular verbs. So der Deutschunterricht, German class, the German class at 10 o'clock. So what shall I write at the end of the sentence? The prefix. What is prefix here? An. And then I must write F A umlauts, N G T. And why T? Because the German class is equal to be ARGS, and hence we have written T. Similarly, next sentence, the film at 3 o'clock. So if you know, if you get a sentence to translate, like the film begins at 3 o'clock, and I need to translate this sentence in German. So the is der, film is film, der film begins. Now begin is a separable verb, anfangen, right? And here I know that this an will go at the end of the sentence, right? So here, right, the film begins. Now begins is anfangen. Fangen, this an I shall write at the end of the sentence. So I have already written an here. Then their film is their film fängt um 3 Uhr an, and then it will be like this. So when you translate any sentence from English to German and you get some separable verb, then you need to keep in mind that the prefix will go at the end of the sentence. All right, let's proceed further. It says der Fußballspiel, the football match will begin at 9 o'clock. So an will come here, and here again I shall write fängt, right? So I hope it is clear to you. Let's take one more example for you. Uncommon. Here an is a prefix and common is a regular verb. So if it is a regular verb, then you will not find any difficulty in conjugating it. So it says the bus at 9 o'clock. So the bus will arrive at 9 o'clock. So arrive is coming. So in arrive is a irregular verb. I'm sorry, arrive is a separable verb, where an is a prefix. So an I will write here, and then I should write kommt here. Similarly here, der Zug, the train will arrive at 8 o'clock, right? So der Zug an I should write here, and then what shall I write here? And what shall I write here? Der Zug, and then mm, kommt. And why kommt? Because of der Zug, the train is equal to be RGS, hence T. Similarly here, the plane will arrive at 10 o'clock, and then I should write KOMMT, kommt der Flugzeug kommt 10 Uhr an. So you need to keep in mind that the prefix will come at the end of the sentence. But sometimes if you get MCQ, then I tell you what type of questions may come. For example, the examiner will give you der Bus, ankommt um 9 Uhr. Um 9. Second statement is der Bus an um 9 kommt. Third statement, der Bus kommen um 9 an. And fourth statement, der Bus kommt um 9 and then an, right? So you tell me which statement is correct here, right? So which statement is correct here? Statement 1, 2, 3 and fourth. So if I talk about first statement, here it says uncommed. The verb is conjugated, no doubt about it, but prefix I have right in between, so first statement is wrong. Coming to the second statement, un should come at the end, so here I have interchanged, so that is why second is also wrong. Coming to the third one, there was common. Now here un is at the end, that is correct, but here common, I have not conjugated the verb, hence third is also wrong. And in fourth statement everything is correct, that is why fourth answer is correct. Okay, coming to the next question, it says abfahren. What is prefix here? Ab, right? And fahren. So I'm giving you four options for first statement. You need to tell me which statement is correct. Der Bus fahrt um 9 Uhr ab. This is statement number one. Second statement, der Bus fahren um 9 Uhr ab. Third statement is der Bus ab 9 Uhr fahren. And fourth statement says der Bus fährt FA umlauts with H. I'm sorry for bad handwriting. 9 Uhr ab. So which statement is correct? So as you already know that second statement, it is not conjugated, hence second is wrong. Third statement, I have not praised prefix at the end, hence it is wrong. The only question is which statement is correct, first or fourth. Now you already know that fahren is an irregular verb, uh, hence there shall be some changes in ASES form, and here first statement is wrong. The reason is here we did not add umlauts here, and that is the reason fourth statement is absolutely correct. All right, so here if I talk about the answer in first sentence, it should be fate with a umlauts and then ab. Der Bus fährt 9 Uhr ab, which means the bus will depart at 9 o'clock. So similarly here the train will depart at 8 o'clock, second wala. Okay, coming to the next one, it says unrufen. What is prefix here? Un, and then rufen is a verb. I must conjugate rufen according to the subject, right? So if I talk about first sentence, it says ish my father, I call my father, right? So an I shall write at the end, and ish rufe, rufe, right? So if we take the fourth sentence, then what shall be the answer here? Peter, I'm giving you four options here. Peter rufe seinen Vater, seinen Onkel, I'm sorry, seinen Onkel an. This is first statement. Second statement, it is Peter, Peter an seinen Onkel rufen. Third statement, Peter roofed seinen Onkel an. Okay, three statements are there. Which statement is correct? So first statement is wrong because it says roofer, and we do not. If someone's name is there, we do not add e. We add e if it is ish. Second statement is wrong because here unrufen I have not placed in a correct manner. Hence, third statement is correct because I have conjugated with t and I have placed the un at the end. The prefix is at the end, right? Similarly, here I have prepared four sentences for you. Heute is today. Heute ist mein Geburtstag. Tag. You know, you must have heard this word tag, like Montag, Dienstag. So, what is Tag? Tag is day. You must have heard the word Guten Tag. Guten Tag, that means good day. So, heute ist mein Geburtstag, birthday. Geburt is birth. And you already know the meaning of Tag. So, heute ist mein Geburtstag. Ich meine Freunde. So, today is my birthday. I invite my friends. So, I shall write lade here. Ich lade meine Freunde ein. And you can now you can note down, now you can find out the answers for these three sentences and then post in the comment box. Okay, moving further. uh, so I hope now this topic is clear to you, and if you have any doubt you can ask me now. Thank you so very much.